Hello, viewers. Welcome to another episode of the NIBM podcast series, NIBM Insight. Today, we have got a very interesting episode lined up. My colleague, Dr. Alka Vaidya, is going to talk of the impact of Web 3.0 on the banking landscape. Dr. Alka Vaidya is Associate Professor at NIBM in Information Technology Area Group. She offers her training and teaching in areas of data analytics, cybersecurity, digital banking, and the related domains. As you're all aware, in the last few years, we have seen an ever-evolving digital landscape. Banks, keeping the customers' demands at the forefront, have experimented and adopted newer technologies like artificial intelligence, machine learning, and blockchain, and so on. Another disruptive technology that we are hearing all the more is Web 3.0. What is going to be the impact of Web 3.0 on the banking landscape? What will it bring on in terms of decentralized finance? These are some of the questions on which she's going to offer a deep insight. So happy listening.
Hello everyone, I am Sanskar Porwal from PGDM batch 2022-24. Welcome to another episode of NIBM Insight podcast series. Today we have with us Dr. Alka Vaidya. Ma'am is Associate Professor in Information Technology at NIBM. I welcome you ma'am to this insightful conversation on the topic impact of Web 3.0 in banking and finance.
Thank you Sanskar for having me.
So my first question to you ma'am is what actually Web 3.0 is and how is it different from its previous versions?
Okay, so if you look at the history of internet from early 1990s or so, those days we had static web pages, images, but we were delighted to have information across the globe from anywhere, and we were happy with their byproducts such as email and all for faster communication. Then came Web 2.0, which was a paradigm shift from Web 1, which gave us a lot of interactivity. It could give us social connectivity, and we ourselves started creating the content. Parallelly, there was a huge development in mobile technology or mobile internet. Okay, and then came e-commerce, where practically everything like buying groceries or maybe booking our tickets, etc. we started doing with Web 2.0. Of course, banking also underwent a huge change and everything practically became digital as far as banking is concerned. So now coming to Web 3.0, it is a next phase of evolution and it's potentially as disruptive as Web 2.0. So basically it focuses on two important features, namely contextualization and decentralization. So meaning it will understand and interpret the meaning of underlying data, resulting into more intelligent or let's say contextually relevant searches, and accordingly it will give recommendations to the end users. Also, along with that, it will focus on decentralization, which means it will allow users to own, not only create their data, but even own their own data. So because of which the big techs like Google, Facebook, where the entire data set is centralized, it will start becoming decentralized.
When you say decentralization, do you mean it would use distributed ledger technology or blockchain?
Yes, definitely. So what do we mean by decentralization? Say for example, today when we search information, it comes say from a fixed location, maybe a single server or so, right? So whereas with Web 3.0, information would be stored in several locations and it would be retrieved based on its contents. So the decentralization environment of Web 3.0 is both trustless and permissionless, right? So when we say trustless, it means the network will allow the participants to interact directly without going through any intermediary, and it's permissionless means anyone can participate without any central authorization, say from some central body, okay, or something like that. So that is what we mean by decentralization as far as Web 3.0 is concerned.
So my next question to you, ma'am, is can you please tell us whether Web 3.0 will facilitate newer technologies in finance and also what kind of impact it will have on finance domain?
Yes, sure. So, one of the emerging financial systems within Web 3.0 is popularly called as DeFi or decentralized finance. So, we have always associated decentralization or blockchain concepts with Bitcoin, right, since 2008. But it was the launch of Ethereum platform in 2015 that allowed expansion of blockchain into concepts like decentralized finance. So of course, DeFi and Web 3.0 are different technologies, but they complement each other. So basically, DeFi will allow financial applications that are not controlled by any individual or let's say a company or a central intermediary. So they will be governed by something called as smart contracts, which are programs, okay, when they will execute when a particular predetermined or predefined action will take place. So all of us would ensure here verified and rule-based action, but without any central intervention or human intervention, right? So let's say financial activities like lending or investing can take place in this rule-based ecosystem of smart contracts without any presence of third party, right? One more area which is picking up because of Web 3.0 is non-fungible token, or more popularly known as NFTs. So basically they are the cryptographic tokens existing on these blockchains where they represent digital or real world items like artwork or real estate. So they have their digital presence there, right? So these assets are non-fungible, which means we cannot switch them among each other, okay? And because these digital assets have great value, they can be also used for, let's say, collateralization purpose and all, right?
Yes. How do you think, ma'am, that Web 3.0 will impact the payment industry?
Yeah. So one of the profitable business areas for banks is cross-border payment systems. So today, if you see, this particular area has a lot of hurdles or lot of steps, intermediation, etc. is involved, which not only delays the process, but it also becomes less efficient, or let's say sometimes there is a room of frauds, etc. Okay, in today's systems. So because of Web 3.0, what will happen is the global banks will be able to interact with each other. Okay, they will have some kind of an interoperable system, okay, because of which the cross-border payments will expedite and it will become very efficient, and almost as compared to, as far as the expenses are concerned, it will be almost on par with the domestic payments.
So ma'am, when you say that Web 3.0 will be more intelligent or contextually driven, will it use technologies like artificial intelligence and machine learning?
Yes, definitely. Say with Web 3.0, computers will be able to understand the information similar to what human beings do, right? Because extensively technologies like machine learning or natural language processing will be used here. So technologies like deep learning, NLP, etc., Web 3.0 will be able to understand different types of content, and it will give, let's say, more meaningful results when you use search engines and all. For example, today if I am doing some travel plan, I have to extensively search several websites, preparing my hotels, preparing my travel, etc. So let's say going forward with Web 3.0, once I define my requirements, these bots will collate the information across the web pages, and then it will present to me the most relevant result, which will be very, very fast and useful for me, right? So one more thing, say with in Web 2.0 we have net banking, all of us know, right? But with Web 3.0, the experience of net banking and all will be much higher, it will be several notches higher. There will be concepts like metaverse banking. Okay, so as if virtually we are doing the banking, say sitting in my office cabin or my drawing room, I'll be virtually traveling in this metaverse of banking, where some avatars will offer me some products, or I'll be able to choose certain loan facility or deposit facility, okay, in this virtual world. So that is one more offering of Web 3.0.
Ma'am, with this conversation, I think that Web 3.0 is little interesting. So my final question to you is, going forward, do you see any challenges in adoption of Web 3.0?
Yes, like any technology, new technology, even Web 3.0 will definitely have certain challenges because of this decentralization that is the backbone of Web 3.0. Okay, there is an issue of scalability as compared to the centralized systems. Okay, so that is the first challenge. Then there could be a few unknown challenges as on today as far as cyber security and data breaches are concerned, right? So then there may be some regulatory challenges regarding issuance of digital assets, especially in DeFi environment. So let's say regulators will need to consider whether existing regulations are sufficient to offer these digital assets, or whether altogether new regulatory regime is required, right? So here Reserve Bank of India in our country has partnered with a few entities, and they have created a regulatory sandboxing where these startups can experiment with Web 3.0 offerings. They can come up with products where the regulator will provide them with the right kind of regulatory laws, and they will see whether these laws are not getting violated when they come up with the new use cases using the Web 3.0 technology. So that is where we are today. And yes, like I said, like any new technology, there will be definitely new challenges, but with right kind of initiative and with regulatory and government support, I'm sure we will soon overcome these hurdles, and we will have an immersive experience of banking going forward.
Thank you, ma'am, for your valuable time
Thank you.
and insightful knowledge. I am sure that this conversation was really insightful and will be helping our viewers. Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks.